Thanks, Charlie. Hey, Renegades, it's Sean Smith. Let's talk about the Predators really quick. Let's talk about the win over the Flames. It comes in the shootout. Tommy Novak makes the difference for the team, sends them over, gets them the goal they need in the shootout to get them the extra point to cap off that tied game that UC Saros looked pretty incredible in. That's kind of the capstone of the year for him. That's what he's done all year long, is look good in the net, and he certainly looked good tonight. Now here's the good news: the Predators are still mathematically in the playoff hunt. The bad news is that even if the Predators win out against Minnesota and Colorado, all the Jets have to do is win a game. Now that's probably realistic here. The Jets are probably going to win one of those games. They play the same teams. They play Minnesota and Colorado as well. But here's the thing. I don't really want to talk about that. What I want to talk about is the fact that there are 2 games left in the regular season, and this Predators team with 2 games left are still not eliminated from the playoffs, but are still mathematically in the playoff race. Think about that. They put the Flames out, not just the, like the figure of speech. Oh, they extinguished the Flames. The Flames are no longer. They don't have a chance of making the playoffs, and the Preds do, albeit a very small one. And it's not dependent on what they do as much as it's on whether or not the Jets can win 1 game and whether or not the Preds can win 2 games. There's a lot that has to go wrong for the Jets and a lot that has to go right for the Preds. But look, did you see this team being here at this point in the season? After the sell-off, before the trade deadline, whatever you want to call it, did you see this team of AHLers, college kids, rookies, guys that probably wouldn't have seen the NHL if it hadn't been for a bunch of, and I mean a bunch of, injuries to roster players? Did you think that this team that had gotten to the point leading up until the trade deadline that they were willing to sell off major assets? Matthias Ekholm gone, Tanner Jeannot gone, Mikhail Granlund gone. These guys are gone. They're not injured. They're gone. The team got rid of them and said, we're moving on. It's time to start doing something different. They're calling it a reset, whatever. And then they fill in the roster with guys from the AHL. And then everybody, literally everybody gets hurt. And now the team is full of your Kiefer Sherwoods and your Zach Sanfords and Jake Livingstones, that who saw that one coming, and you've got Juuso Parsonen's back, and you got all these guys. Igor Afanasyev. These are guys that you didn't expect to see in the NHL this season, but here they are, and they're playing meaningful hockey with 2 games left in the season. And it's one of those things where, the Predators, look, in their current iteration, they've been able to hang with some of the bigger teams, but they're also hanging with the teams that they're in competition with. They're not outmatched anymore. And it's really surprising considering that all of these guys are gone. So you got 2 games left in the season. More than likely, the Predators aren't going to make the playoffs. I don't feel particularly bad saying that, nor do I feel like I'm too far off. But you have to be inspired by what you see. And you've got to know, look, if you had Roman Josi back, maybe just Josi, add in Philip Forsberg to the mix, or maybe even Matt Duchene at this point, this team probably wins a couple more of those last few games and makes the playoffs straight out. But unfortunately, they're not here. So you've got to feel good going into next season that this is the type of hockey you're going to be seeing. That's, if you had to take anything away from tonight other than the fact that it was an exciting shootout win and the Predators stayed alive, it's the fact that there's hope for next year. And when you talk about going into a rebuild or a reset or whatever David Poile wants to call it, whatever he's leaving Barry Trotz with, it's not going to be as bad as everybody thought. This is going to be a team that can compete and they can roll with the big boys. And I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. Renegades, that's all I got. Charlie, I'm going to send it back over to you.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. When it comes to the box score, listen, not